What's up, y'all? It's your girl, Miss Live 3D TV, back at you with another video. So, guys, y'all, we have Ms.Netta and T.S. Madison going back and forth in the office, y'all. Well, really, it's T.S. Madison and a couple of TikTokers. So, T.S. Madison responded to a few videos that have been put out about her slick dissing Ms.Netta. And, of course, guys, y'all know I had to bring y'all all this news, so y'all please like, comment, and subscribe on this video. Thank you so much
I'm
for
not going
watching.
to list up. What did Ms.Netta say? Bless her heart. If Ms.Netta said something, bless her heart. Because I've never read Ms.Netta. There's no reason for me to read Ms.Netta. Hi Riley, I love you. Why would I be jealous of Ms.Netta? Shit. I don't. Girl, bless her heart. Oh yeah, she was wearing Craig out. Well, I mean, Craig was fucking with her. Craig been reading her for weeks and shit. Like, girl, I wouldn't expect nothing else from her but to tear him up.
Gonna bump heads. And you know what I hate about what T.S. Madison do sometimes is she'll let other people sit there and read and roast while she tries to play coy like she don't know what the fuck going on. You know, say what you feel, sweetie. Like when I seen Ms.Netta on T.S. Madison's show and she proposed to ask that question, are you trans or not? I knew that eventually down the road these bitches was gonna bump heads because an insecurity that I noticed that T.S. Madison has, one of her biggest insecurities is being clockable. You know, she has a lot of assets. She's very beautiful, but she doesn't like the fact that people can look at her and clearly see that she's a man. And for a long time, people could not tell if Ms.Netta was a man or a woman. And yeah, Ms.Netta might not be as beautiful as T.S. Madison, by American beauty standards. But it's like she still was not clockable, and that's something that T.S. Madison really wants to achieve. I mean, I don't know, I could be wrong, but that's just what it seems like to me. Bitch, I knew eventually that T.S. Madison...
Okay, so, I mean, that's her, his, they, them. I don't know their pronouns because I don't really know that person. So that's their synopsis of the way that they feel about the whole take of, like, when Craig sits down and he has conversations about Ms.Netta. And I just be like, if y'all have watched me on countless times, y'all have watched me tell Craig, like, please, Craig, like, I don't want to talk about Ms.Netta. Or you've seen me on numerous occasions try to really, in a space, talk about having, correct pronouns and stuff like that. Like, you see me say this countless times. And even when I did this right here, but before I go to that, there's another thing that I want to talk about while I have you guys.
We're going to talk about it like this because this topic has been bugging me. And I had to just sit back and just break it down. What is up with the Ms.Netta hate train? And I thought about it. If we figure out who the passengers on the Ms.Netta hate train is, then we can figure out what is fueling the Ms.Netta hate train. The passengers on the Ms.Netta hate train is hateful as black women, mean as gays, and believe it or not, other trans women. Now, what do all of these people, these three categories of people, what do they notoriously have in common? Transphobia. That is what they have in common. So all three categories of those people, of those passengers on the Ms.Netta hate train, all are fueling the hate train with transphobia. And also, got to throw this in there, there's desirability. And desirability, that can break off into a whole bunch of other subcategories. Texturism, featureism, colorism. All of that is going in there. And so what made me think about this is because I saw a video that I will also tag where someone was saying, like, that dude that's on T.S. Madison's show, he's always going in on Ms.Netta. Just unprovoked, unprompted. He's always just going in and really dragging it. But just the other day, another tired ass butch queen was going in on trans people altogether. And we know that in the gay community, transphobia is very rampant.
Right.
And that's exactly what that old tired ass queen on T.S. Madison's show was participating in. He was participating in transphobia. And if memory serves, didn't T.S. Madison also call Ms.Netta by her dead name, which is Joe, which is also a layer of transphobia? So would that mean that T.S. Madison was participating in transphobia?
Oh.
But didn't T.S. Madison also get upset when people calling her Timothy?
Oh, really?
And she also got upset with Just Hilarious when Just Hilarious was participating in transphobia. And then it also made me question, why is T.S. Madison allowing somebody like Craig to sit up here and go in on Ms.Netta like that?
It's in my pocketbook.
But T.S. Madison also sat next to Kaya for years. We all know Kaya's a stone cold bitch. Kaya doesn't hide that. And T.S. Madison was cool with that until Kaya became a problem for T.S. Madison. Now you can see all the transphobia that Kaya was presenting and the homophobia that she was presenting and her calling you by your dead name. Now you had a problem with that. Only to turn around and do it to another trans person. Whether Ms.Netta identified with being trans or not, you can still exhibit transphobia. You can still participate in transphobia and use it as a weapon to somebody who is not even trans. And we see that with that cishet black woman who was killed because a man thought she was trans and she wasn't. And I sat back and I was like, T.S. Madison is really sitting up here participating in transphobia and allowing it to go on her platform. And then I'm like, but why would she do that? That's when desirability comes in. A lot of y'all want Ms.Netta to be the internet punching bag because you don't think that she is desirable and you don't think that she deserves any of the things that she has. Because y'all are mean ass people. Y'all are mean ass, low down, evil ass people. And it's disgusting to sit back and watch that happen. I can't support nobody like that. And it made me question, is T.S. Madison really an advocate for trans women, or is T.S. Madison really just an advocate for passable trans women? Because it's all tea and shade and gagging and reading and roasting and all that. But at some point, it becomes overkill. And it makes me question, like, why are you really going in like this? Is it internalized transphobia? Possibly. But I can't fuck with it. It's a bunch of mean ass black women that's on the hate train, mean ass gay men that are on the hate train, and self-hating trans women that are on the hate train. And that is what's fueling that hate train. That's why that was bothering me so much. I was like, what is going on? Like, why do y'all hate this woman so bad? Because you don't think that she is desirable and you don't think that she deserves anything. Y'all are some evil ass people. Oh, and one more thing. Her responding back to y'all in a negative way to negativity is not justification for your transphobia. It's not justification for your mean and nasty ass words. We're going to talk about...
Okay, so I digested that and I watched it and I was like, So before I even decided I was going to do this video, I went back and I started thinking like, well, what is all the things that I have said that T.S. Madison, have said that was transphobic against Ms.Netta? And that person, I went through his page. I just went through a few things and I was like, well, where were you when I bequeathed my house to the T.S. Madison Starter House program? Where were you? Where was your coverage, your video coverage on me donating my entire old home back to my community? Where were you in these deep concerns and these deep-rooted thoughts on how I feel about trans people? Where were you? Why was there no coverage from any of y'all talking about? There was no coverage from you. Where were you in speaking on the T.S. Madison Starter House? Where were you located with that? I don't understand. I can't. I've been looking around for any coverage from that, and I can't. I didn't see it. I didn't see it. Where were you? Where were you with that? Like, where are you anytime that I'm on television programs like Tamron Hall talking about how we endanger as trans? I didn't see you talking about me being on Tamron Hall. I didn't see you talk about me being on The Breakfast Club talking about trans people's existence. I don't see any of y'all that have this aggression or this built up disdain for me, or this now you're on this, oh, I'm pro for trans. I don't see you sharing any of these things when I'm sitting on platforms fighting for trans people. I don't never see it. I never see it. But I did see you eating those buffalo wings. I did see you, peddling yourself to try to get whatever your artwork sold to somebody. You want some person to pick up your artwork. But I've never seen you anywhere in any time I've occupied magnificent spaces for trans people talking about T.S. Madison's presence. And for any of you to go back to Kaya sitting next to me, I haven't sat next to Kaya, and it's 2024. Let it go. I haven't sat next to Kaya in 7 years. It's going on almost a decade. So I don't understand. I don't get it. And to bring everything full circle with this, let's talk about this.
This is my way. I'm not no transsexual. I ain't no whatever the else community or whatever they got going on. I'm just myself. And if y'all people know me and y'all people from my hometown, y'all would know I never, ever, and still never went outside dressed like the woman. I never, and when I get my makeup done and stuff here and put on my clothes to do my skits and stuff, nobody ever seen me in public.
Let's round that back.
It's my way. I'm not no transsexual. I ain't no whatever the else community or whatever they got going on. I'm just myself. And if y'all people know me and y'all people from my home.
So from the horse's mouth, you heard her say that she's not a transsexual. So I've never given Ms.Netta any transphobia. I've never said any transphobic things about Ms.Netta. So you've heard it from Netta's mouth that she says that she's not transsexual. And you haven't heard me say any transphobic thing against Ms.Netta. There's nothing. I've never said anything negative or transphobic to Ms.Netta. Never. Not once. Not one time have I ever. Never done it. So when y'all be coming making these statements about me, if you have a problem with Craig, let Craig hold it, because Craig was reading Ms.Netta. He was. And I always was tapping Craig on his shoulder saying, Craig, I don't want to talk about Miss fucking Netta. So let's when y'all feel some way about T.S. Madison, stand on business while you feel some type of way about T.S. Madison. Y'all